Hi everyone and welcome back to Daily Life English Pod. I'm Sophie.
And I'm Andrew. Thanks for tuning in. Today, we're diving into an interesting and slightly serious topic, crime and justice.
That's right. We'll be expanding your crime-related vocabulary, sharing some natural expressions, and listening to real-life conversations using these words.
Let's get started.
Essential vocabulary.
Okay, Andrew, what are some basic words we need to know when talking about crime?
Well, first, we have crime itself, which is an illegal activity. Then there's law, which is the system of rules a country or community recognizes as regulating the actions of its members.
Right, and then we have police, which are the people who enforce the law, and victim, which is someone who is harmed by a crime.
Don't forget suspect, which is someone believed to have committed a crime, and witness, someone who saw a crime happen.
Alright, now let's talk about some common types of crimes. Andrew, what's the first one that comes to mind?
Let's start with burglary. That's when someone breaks into a building, usually a home, to steal things. It's different than just taking something from someone's hand.
Right? And the person who does that is the burglar. Now, what about robbery?
A robbery is when someone steals from a person or place, often using force or threats. Think banks or stores. The person who does it is a robber.
Got it. Then we have theft, which is simply taking something that doesn't belong to you. Unlike robbery, theft doesn't always involve force or threats. It's more like quietly taking something.
Exactly. And the person who does this is called a thief. Another common crime is fraud, which is when someone deceives others to take money or gain something unfairly, like online scams or fake investments.
Yeah, like those online scams. Then there's assault, which is physically attacking or harming someone. Can range from a minor fight to a serious attack.
And don't forget arson. That's when someone deliberately sets fire to a place. It's a really dangerous crime.
We should also mention kidnapping, which means taking someone against their will, often demanding something in return, like money.
Yes, and there's also mugging, which is when someone is attacked and robbed in a public place. It's often violent and sudden.
Finally, there's murder, which is the unlawful killing of another person. Of course, this is the most serious crime.
And we should add vandalism to the list, too. That's when someone deliberately damages or destroys property, like graffiti or breaking windows. It's not always about stealing, but it's still a crime.
Great point. Vandalism is definitely important to mention. So we've covered a lot of ground today.
Absolutely. Now let's move on to some natural expressions related to crime.
Natural expressions.
English speakers use a lot of idioms and phrases when talking about crime. Let's go through some useful ones.
First, caught red-handed. This means someone was caught in the act of committing a crime.
Exactly. If someone is shoplifting and the security guard sees them, they're caught red-handed. Next, we have a crime wave, which means a sudden increase in crime in a certain area. For example, the police department is aware of a crime wave affecting several neighborhoods and is increasing patrols in the affected areas.
Another common phrase is to do time, meaning to serve a prison sentence. For example, if found guilty, the defendant could be forced to do time for several years, depending on the severity of the charges.
And if someone gets away with murder, it doesn't necessarily mean literal. It just means they escape punishment for something bad they did.
Those are some great phrases. Now, let's hear some realistic conversations to put all of this in context.
Daily conversations. Conversation 1. Reporting a crime.
Excuse me, I think someone just stole my wallet.
Oh no, are you sure?
Yes, I had it in my bag and now it's gone.
That sounds like theft. You should report it to the police.
Yeah, I think I saw someone acting suspiciously near my table.
Conversation 2. Talking about a news story.
Did you hear about the bank robbery downtown yesterday?
Yeah, the robbers got away with a huge amount of money.
Crazy, right? And the police haven't caught them yet.
They must be really clever criminals, or just lucky. But I bet they won't get away with it for long.
Conversation 3. Discussing punishment.
So, did you hear about that fraud case? The guy scammed people out of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, and now he has to do time. 3 years in prison.
Serves him right. You can't just cheat people and expect to get away with it.
True. Hopefully, justice will always be served.
That was a lot of useful vocabulary today. Let's quickly recap some keywords. We covered burglary, robbery, theft, fraud, assault, arson, kidnapping, mugging, and murder.
And we also learned some great expressions like caught red-handed, crime wave, do time, and get away with murder.
Because we talked about crime vocabulary today, this video might have some restrictions. But don't worry. At English Daily Life, we're dedicated to helping you improve your English. We have tons of other videos with useful vocabulary for everyday situations. So stick around, explore our channel, and subscribe so we can keep bringing you these valuable lessons.
And that's it for today's episode. We'll see you next time.
Bye.